I'm giving somebody the blues today.
Okay, hey,
But, like,
hey.
he could-
So now I got a question for you, Noah Black. So
What up?
why is Tokon and DBZ so similar?
Why is it so similar? Because they're both built by ArcSys.
So you're expecting it to be kind of like a sibling game, like a sister game.
According to people that's already played the beta, it's a 1-for-1. Just no Super Dash or Vanish, which are key mechanics for fighters, but they're not key mechanics for fighting games in general. You know what I'm saying? It's a 1-for-1 game. Since you got all these questions, I'm gonna ask you a question. How do you feel the game is gonna perform? I'll start there.
I think the game was gonna do really well, but you know how I got banned in them countries. I think that's gonna hurt like its overall reach.
It's like the main topic of discussion. People are gonna like just dicky and like try to boycott the game over that.
Yeah, because I mean, remember Helldivers? Helldivers had a similar thing, and that's all people would talk about. Moist critical. If he was to talk about Tokon, he probably would just know of it as like a Marvel game that, you know, got banned in a bunch of countries. Because people blame the game for that, even though it's PlayStation. People blame the game itself for that.
And it's also not going to be on Xbox as well, like the crossplay to it, even though that's to be understood because it's a PlayStation ran game. But you're speaking about reach, that's part of it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like now even with it being banned in the countries, not going to be on Xbox, whatever, but it's still going to be available on Steam. Like 1 through 10, how well do you think the game is going to do? Like on drop and then like long term.
I probably would say, I mean, if we're talking about fighting games, right? Like 10 would be Mortal Kombat 1, I guess, like Tekken 7, because those games hit like 12 million, 8 million. So 10 would be like something
Mortal
like
Kombat,
that.
Yeah.
I don't think
think
it's
it's gonna
gonna
get up
hit
there?
that number. I think it's probably gonna get to like a 4 million, just off the game and fighting game players. If they
How
have
long do you think it's going to take to get to that 4 million though? Because what's the name? Mortal Kombat 1 is at 8 million, and out of the big three right now, Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat sold the most.
whether or not they
Does that
run
really
into,
even matter though? I think the longevity matters more than how much it sells overall. Because MK might have did more, but like no one talks about that game now because the devs fumbled it.
but
It's
that
the
game's kind of
initial
casual though. Like that game's in a different realm. It's like I was talking to someone and someone's mom was buying that game. That's like yeah,
That's
we ain't
motion.
talking about
That's
it on
motion.
Twitter, but like
That's motion.
when you got someone's mom like, oh yeah, I remember the Mortal Kombat. That's kind of crazy. I was shocked.
Content wise, the casuals going to tune in.
Going to what you were saying, Saturn, that initial impact matters. Like on release, how much does it sell first week, first month, all the first year? You need to hit those numbers. The reason why fighters did so well is because the initial impact of the game did well. You know what I'm saying? And if it doesn't have that
I think
impact,
bare
it's gonna be-
minimum it has to have the same impact as like Marvel 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Was it the word of mouth for that game like good at one point, like in the prime?
For fighters?
Yeah, at prime, right?
Oh my god! What? Yo, bro.
I remember
fighters,
there's like a Cell intro, like where Cell like yells or something, and like that clip went super viral.
bro. That's what I'm saying. But that was at the peak of fighters. That was year 1, year 2. People were still going crazy over the game was still getting supported, shit like that. And speaking on that, because Arc System developed that game that had that kind of reaction, and you have an IP like Marvel, me personally, the reason why I ask you that is because me personally, I think Tokon is gonna do what fighters did times 10, because you got to look at it too. People, I've been asking in my own personal Discord, like, yo, bro, you know, because a lot of people play Rivals. Yo, are you gonna get Rivals? Yeah. Are your people that you play with gonna play Rivals? And they're all saying the same shit.
To answer your question, I would put it at a 5 because the only thing that could stop that game is further controversy. I think it could probably shrug off this controversy, especially if the game is fire. But if they like do a Tekken 8 where they just start making, you know, weird decisions, or you know, if they do a Fighters where they like abandon the game, if they do something weird, of course it's go. But if they're just cooking, I don't think it's go be stopped.
I think Fighters only got abandoned and was like mishandled because of Bandai. Bandai is not even a factor in this game.
Right.
Wait,
and
what
the same
did
thing we said for
Bandai
Tekken.
Namco do?
It's not what they did, it's what they didn't do.
Yeah.
All we got was a fucking character, bro. Not crossplay, not a season pass. We got a $9 character, bro.
You know what that's probably connected to? That's probably the most predominant thing is probably what Bandai Namco is going through. Like they're trying to cut staff and they're trying to like get rid of people and they're pulling back on resources. I don't know when that started, but it definitely was at its peak in like 2022 to 24, 5-ish. Is that when that game slowed down?
The game slowed down, no bullshit. Like 2023.
Yeah. So that's probably what it was. Bandai Namco probably pulled resources.
Bro,
it released with so many bugs, bro. It was ass.
You couldn't run tournaments, Moon. People were running tournaments on the beta of rollback for fighters, but the rollback was so bad they couldn't run tournaments, bro.
I wonder why Bandai Namco
There's a
did
bunch
that.
of like issues with the ring too. Like you couldn't host the ring. There's so many ring bugs.
Wait. So you guys blame Bandai for that and not Arc System for that?
No. And here's the lore behind that lore, right?
Okay.
So why not Arc System? Why not point your finger at Arc System? Word on the fighter streets is Bandai cut Arc System at the knees and they weren't giving them creative control anymore. There was patches. Could you imagine if Bandai was doing Tekken patches and not the Tekken team?
Yeah.
You know what
Bandai, they do kind of like give them a guideline, like a you need to have a battle pass, you need to have this, you need to have that. That was kind of a controversy in Tekken 7 where the stage was being sold separately from the pass, and people who bought the pass was like, well, why would I buy the pass if there's no stages? So
they're interfering with Tekken on a financial level, but not at a level of balance.
Wait, but like for real balance though, like plus frames, plus all.
Bro, the new character, bro, the new character right now, the new character that we got right now, Bandai made that character.
ArcSys supports their games way more than they supported fighters.
Because don't they make Guilty Gear as well?
Support,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a perfect that.
If you look at what they did for Strive in comparison to fighters, bro.
Thank you. No, it's
two
Moon,
different games.
You just answered your own question, Moon. Thank you.
Because it seems like they're spreading themselves too thin, and they just said, "All right, we'll give up on fighters because fighters is like that game's old, and we got."
Or they probably didn't want to give up on fighters, but like Bandai wasn't like compensating them enough.
And that's the thing. And then Moon, here's the thing. I can show you emails right now that I can pull up the emails, bro. I showed the emails to Saturday last time, bro. Bro, I really wrote Bandai. I really wrote these. I wrote Arc System, and they said to talk to Bandai. I cannot make this up. Matter of fact, no.
Oh, they said that?
Yo, all right. I'm gonna show you right now. All right, so
Chat GPT this shit.
I Chat GPT this shit. Facts. I said, "Dear Arc System, I'm writing to express my deep disappointment and frustration regarding the absence of rollback netcode in Dragon Ball FighterZ. As an ardent fan of the game, the lack of this crucial feature has led to significant frustration and a diminished gaming experience." I wrote it February 6, 2024.
That's like when Tekken 8 came out. While we were gaming, bro was flaming.
Yo, bro, so now I'm going to show you the part where you can see that this is officially from Arc System. Info at Arc System Systemsworks America.zendesk.com. This is Arc System, bro. The next day, they said, and we have no involvement with Dragon Ball FighterZ. You'll want to reach out to Bandai Namco as they're the publisher of that game. Fighters was big, but it could have been so much more. But because Bandai has such an iron grip on things,
they really could still milk the game if they wanted.
Yeah,
but they dropped that ball.
They probably have a small team doing it. They probably because like I said, they were trying to downsize and they were being harsh about it. You seen the tweet that I made, right, about Bandai Namco and the way that they were treating their employees? It's the one that Maximilian responded to or reacted to.
Oh, yeah. I saw
that. That one applies to you guys as well. Bandai Namco Entertainment is like the overarching company, and then Bandai Namco Studios is the one that makes the games, and that's where Tekken is at, Soul Calibur, everything. So yeah, that tweet is probably exactly what happened to you guys. Resources got stripped, priorities changed, because 2024 is exactly when that was happening too. So if like Arc System separated. We don't know when, but just looking at that time frame on 2024, that's when Bandai Namco was really getting crazy over there, and that's when Harada started talking trash about them. So yeah, that's
Oh damn.
So that means very good thing for Arc Systems then, or for Marvel Tokon.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's gonna be what Fighters was, but even bigger, because PlayStation has something to prove here. Bandai didn't have anything to prove when they made Fighters. They were already Bandai. They already have all the anime IPs. With PlayStation, this is gonna be their first fighting game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they have that controller, the arcade stick and all that, yeah. Arc System answers to PlayStation, like,
yeah.
Or they just like kind of funding it. Because, you know, so for example, like Harada Studio, he's getting funding from Saudi and SNK, but they can't tell him what to do. And so I'm assuming that Arc System don't have that clause. They probably got funding, but they probably don't have that thing where it's like, you can't tell us what to do.
It's Marvel and Sony.
Oh, Marvel.
That's right. No. That's a good point, because Marvel had to sign off on this too. Like the entity, whatever.
Yeah, Disney.
With Fighters, people saying that Bandai wasn't able to add a lot of shit to the game because of Shueisha and them owning the IP of Dragon Ball and all that shit too. And like they didn't even sign off on doing the, what was it called, the Summon of Power? Like they didn't even get permission to do that invitational event.
Because Bandai Namco, their power, it comes from like owning stuff. Like they just own the rights.
Yes.
Kind of like EA. Like EA just own the rights to, like, you know, be the only person on the planet of Earth who can make a, you know, Madden or a FIFA. So they have a monopoly on that whole sports genre. There's no competitors. And Bandai has that for Dragon Ball and Naruto and a couple other like key animes. So they really don't have to care about the quality of it, because if you want to play a Fighters or if you want to play a DBZ or a One Piece or something, you got to go through them.
Like they, you know, all of the Wolverine games, Spider-Man's, God of War, they're killing it in the single player world. But they haven't had a fighting game that they developed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and all of these games that we've named for PlayStation, the single player games, for the most part, they let the devs just cook and they just funded it.
Are y'all interested in the game because it's Marvel, or are you interested in it because it's Arc System Works? Because I'm interested in it because, like, I had a mild interest in it, like, you know, new fighting game. But when I seen the blade hit the screen, I'm like, all right. The Green Goblin hit the screen, I'm like, okay, now we get it somewhere.
I just want to see the FGC do good, bro. I feel like the better Tokon does, the better for the FGC as a whole. So I'm excited for Tokon bigger than just my own enjoyment. I'm excited for Tokon for the FGC at large, because it's Marvel at the end of the day, man. Like Marvel, like people are gonna just go to that game because it's Marvel, and if it does well, the FGC is can go beyond just being a bank for Saudi. You know what I mean? We could really get real eyes on our product, and I really do feel like there's really no hype like FGC hype, bro. I really do believe that.